Walking with Your Ghosts, submitted by Emily P. This is a true ghost story submitted by a viewer like you.
In 2010, my husband had a job opportunity in Ireland. It was a 2-year contract and we were excited about living in Europe and soaking in a new culture. We found a 2-bedroom home that was in the corner at the end of a set of row houses. It was a newly built home, but affordable because a stone wall ran along the back of it, about 2 feet from our windows. Despite the wall being our only view, it was a beautiful ancient long stone wall. It was high, much taller than either of us. We decided to give our son, a 19-month-old toddler, the bigger of the 2 bedrooms to accommodate his toys and give him space to play.
While my husband worked, I spent my days with my little one, turning our row house into a home.
One night, while putting my son to bed, I pulled out a favorite storybook. I turned the lights down low to help him get sleepy and began reading a bedtime story to him.
It was a story that usually kept his attention, but I noticed his gaze kept falling from the page. His eyes were focused at the upper corner of the room. "Honey, tell me what the puppy is doing," I said, trying to get him interested in the story again.
I continued reading, but a few moments later I noticed he wasn't listening again. He was looking in the same upper corner of the room. I looked up at the corner. There was nothing there. I have to admit, I was getting a little spooked. I stopped reading to wait for him to cue me to start again, but he just kept staring at the corner.
Suddenly he asked, "Mommy, who is the lady?"
Who is the lady?
I froze. What lady?
He pointed up at the corner of the ceiling. "The lady!"
The lady.
I was chilled. I felt really uneasy. I didn't want to leave my son in the room after this happened, but I began to rationalize with myself. I didn't see a lady there. I don't believe in ghosts. He must be using his imagination. After tucking him in with good night wishes and kisses, my husband and I went to our room to have a discussion about it. "If there is something in the room," my husband said, "he isn't afraid of it. I think it best not to make a big deal out of it for his sake." I agreed. There was no need to unsettle him and impose my fears on him.
Over the next weeks, I'll admit the thought of the lady in the room didn't leave me. I was unable to spend any more time in that room than I had to. If my son woke up in the middle of the night, I'd take him from the room into the living room to soothe him back to sleep. I had to keep reminding myself that I don't believe in ghosts. My son mentioned her at least twice more, but when we couldn't give him any more information about the lady, he soon gave up. One evening, my husband and I had another couple over for dinner. We were talking about the town and various sites of historical interest. The husband explained to us that the stone wall next to our house belonged to an abbey.
He stated that because he could see yew trees on the other side of the wall from our place, he was pretty sure it was the nuns' cemetery, located right next to our house.
The next morning, I made my husband climb the wall to see what was there. He took his phone to take a picture for me. He climbed down and brought the phone over for me to see.
And there it was, a picture of neatly lined rows of wrought iron crosses. It was a nun's cemetery, with graves mere feet away from where my son slept.
That's when I accepted it. I no longer could say with certainty that ghosts don't exist.
My innocent baby wouldn't say he saw something that wasn't there. I'd like to think that the spirit was of a caring nun who liked children. She didn't scare my little one, but watched over him. If you have a true ghost story that you would like to share, put it in the comments, and you might find yourself featured on Walking with Your Ghosts.
Like, subscribe, comment. It helps us.